everybody, welcome to Back Issues of Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
So
I made a stupid face when you opened. That's just there now.
We'll do it again.
No, keep going. It's hilarious. It's hilarious!
All right. So we're doing a Batman story because there's a Batman movie coming out called The Batman. I know.
I haven't heard anything about it.
No, it's pretty stealth release, I gotta tell you. But
Yeah, this is all news.
yeah, but the Riddler is one of the main villains of the Batman. Maybe. Or not. I mean, we didn't see the movie yet, it hasn't come out yet.
Right.
But
Right.
they're really pushing the Riddler. Yeah, well, it could be.
Which means there could be like a secret evil villain that is behind things.
Yeah, like the Court of Owls are the main villain of the Batman or something. Like, I don't know. But they're really focusing on the Riddler. And, okay, so, like, there aren't a lot of good Riddler stories. Like, at all. At all. And
there's that one episode of
the animated series. There's two. And those are great, but that's a cartoon. So instead, we're going to talk about this massive story that Tom King and Mikkel Janin gave us back in 2017 called The War of Jokes and Riddles.
I remember you
War between
talking
the Joker
about
and the Riddler.
this.
Yes. Tom King was working on Batman, of course, during his infamous run, which was his
100-issue run?
His 100-issue run that was cut short about 20 issues early. And he went to DC and he was like, have they ever done a story where the Joker fought the Riddler, like in any kind of big way, not like in a backup story or some kind of like Silver Age, whatever the hell. No, I mean like
an all-on,
because he's like, you know, a layperson might think that they're interchangeable characters, and you know, because riddles and jokes, what's the difference?
They both dress nicely.
Yeah. Well, and for my money, you know, once you eliminate the Joker and you talk about Batman's rogues, I think Riddler is of the top 3 Batman villains, but he has no good stories, or he has some good stories, but none of them are big enough, bombastic enough, or long enough to be collected in a way that anyone would remember.
In a way, he's sort of a contrivance.
Yeah.
And it's possibly hard to write for that because you have to come up with impossible riddles.
No, he's a genius, and the writers who do this aren't.
Yeah.
With Batman, see, the thing is, all the villains, there's some people who like to think that like every single member of Batman's rogues like basically represent an aspect of Batman. And the Riddler represents Batman's genius. But with Batman, you know, he's a lot of things. He's a detective, he's a fighter, he's a genius. He's got all these different aspects of his personality. And no one part of Batman is on display. So if Batman needs to look like a genius in the comic book, you can just cut to him being a genius already and not like show his genius or how his process works.
Yeah, just show the end result.
Just show the end result. Like you have your other character be a genius and Batman figured it out before them and defeats him. Oh, Batman's a genius.
Or everyone else is asking questions. He's like, I solved this 2 minutes ago.
Exactly. But with Riddler, that's all he is. So you have to show his process. And it's like hard to do, and I get that. So War, Jokes, and Riddles is Tom King's answer to that. And somebody asked why we didn't do like them in order, and there's a number of reasons for that. Number 1, I don't wanna, and number 2, this is a flashback story, so it doesn't matter.
It's out of the continuity of King's Run at that time.
I mean,
it's
in continuity, but it's bookended by it. Okay, so there's a story, I Am Bane. I won't talk about it, but at the end of it, Batman proposes to Catwoman. I'm not telling tales out of school here. Yeah. Everybody knows that happened because like it was probably the biggest thing that DC published.
It was huge news.
In the last 5 years. It had like midnight releases. People got married in comic book stores. Like it was a big deal. And it was a lie. So in the wake of the Bat proposal, Batman bangs Catwoman, as he's wont to do. And after they bang, Batman says to Catwoman, basically, you know what, actually, like, let's pump the brakes on me proposing to you because...
What?
Yeah.
You already did.
I know. And he's not trying to walk it back, but he's more like, if you accept, because, like, I don't think she even really answers him. He says, before you accept, because I know you're going to, because I proposed to you, and then we came here to my palatial estate, and we banged.
Right.
I mean, that could be a letdown fuck.
That's true. So Batman says, basically, like, I need to tell you a story about something that happened to me somewhere between year 1 and year 3 called the War of Jokes and Riddles. Something that I did during the War of Jokes and Riddles. And it like complicates me even further than I'm already. And
yeah, like you didn't have enough of a dark past.
Yeah, and when you know it, then
You will shit bricks.
exactly, and hopefully say yes to marrying me. But you need to know who I really am. Because that was what King was really all about. Like he was with his I Am Suicide, where he's like, Batman's my suicide note. No. Also, I did this. Fine. I want you to, as we go through the War of Jokes and Riddles, remember
that this is a story that's being told to Catwoman.
Post-coital in their bed with no clothes on. I can imagine her like ringing for Alfred while he's talking, like eating a sandwich halfway through, and
Yeah, because it's going to take a while.
Yeah, we got a whole trade's worth of story to tell with the War of Jokes and Riddles.
Yeah, since Batman is a fantastic detective and a genius
and a safecracker,
concert pianist, he must be a brilliant storyteller.
Naturally, yeah. I would imagine he actually is a pretty good storyteller. He has fantastic stories to tell, and I read about them all the time. So
my idea of a Batman telling a story is just like, this is what happened. These are the facts.
Right, exactly.
This is all.
Very, very clinical.
You're just like,
to the point.
ugh.
Right.
That's a cold slab of a story.
Yeah.
Alfred, get in here, spice it up a little bit.
Now, Alfred, who has a history in theatrics, would absolutely spice it up.
Exactly.
Zhuzh it up a little bit. Yeah, definitely.
Are we gonna cut?
Alfred should be telling this story to Catwoman in the kitchen as she's having some like a cup of coffee
I
or something.
don't think that Alfred knows the story. There's an implication Batman has where he's like only like maybe Alfred's the only one who knows this story. You know, I didn't tell the Robins that nobody knows about this part.
It's super dark.
Super dark.
This is a big secret.
You don't know.
I can't tell. I can't even tell Dick about this.
Yeah. I can't tell
he's
my
like my
children
son.
about this. Yeah.
Are we gonna cut back to them like periodically?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes. And she'll just
Good.
be looking at him like, all right.
Okay. She's
Like
like
she,
asleep.
like she knows the story already. She's like, there's also a part where she's like, I'm in this story. But you know,
Yeah, but you only know your piece of
exactly.
it. I'm giving you the context.
Her piece is very small also in this story, but yeah. So the story opens with the Joker in like a theater, and it's not the Monarch Theater, thank God. It's in a theater.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's a comedian standing there, and he tells a joke, and Joker is in the audience, and he's watching this comedian, and he shoots the comedian, and then the comedian falls to his death on the floor. Another comedian comes in, and Joker says, you know, mind the floor, please. And the comedian like pushes the body of the previous comedian into the pile of comedians in front of him and proceeds to introduce himself and basically say like, okay, so let me try this. And it's this premise that like the Joker can't laugh. That's the crux of the whole book, is the Joker has laughter block.
Okay.
Okay.
He can't laugh.
Yeah, that's his erection.
Yes.
Yeah.
He can't get it up.
Exactly.
And so he's like, I'm trying everything I can to laugh again, and it's not working.
And he thought an open mic night would work?
Right, which is like the antithesis of laughter. So that happens. That's Joker's situation.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
If you could look how we're perceiving it, that's hilarious.
Yeah. And after he murdered us, maybe he'd laugh. So then we cut to a prison where Riddler is being held. Now, Riddler is in prison. Now, 0 year, whatever. This is during Rebirth. So, like, did 0 year even happen? Who knows? The answer is yes, it did, because, like, Scott Snyder still works for DC at this point, so we're not going to piss him off by like saying that his magnum opus that he's very proud of didn't happen only a few years after he wrote it.
Right.
But also it's Rebirth, and so like, you know,
We had to reboot a lot.
we had to reboot a lot, and like King even deliberately obfuscates what happened, but doesn't use the New 52 origin. He talks about Batman and Catwoman and how they met. So it's like, we met on a boat. No, we met in the street. Like, you were a prostitute. You were a cat burglar. And it's like, what about that other one? You know, the one from like 2012? It's like, shut up!
You know the real recent one that people remember?
Nah, nobody cares about that one. Also, nobody really knows which one happened. And also, even after Crisis and Year One was established, you know, Selena Kyle was a prostitute and she did this. And then they did like one miniseries about that. And then afterwards, DC's like, I don't like the idea of Selena being a prostitute. So like,
she's kind of a superhero now.
right. So let's make her like a dominatrix who didn't have sex for money.
She just hurt people with a whip.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everyone in the building that she worked in was a prostitute. And she still defended Holly, the small child prostitute. But Selena
could be a
Kyle was
prostitute,
not
yeah.
yeah, the child can be a prostitute, but Catwoman can't. Whatever. Doesn't matter. The point is,
It's Gotham. It's a gritty place.
it's a terrible place.
Yeah.
So, you know, but anyway, my point is like, you know, Riddler was defeated pretty publicly in 0 year. has he been in jail since then? It doesn't really matter. The idea is that Riddler is in jail because he wants to be there.
Oh.
Does he realize he deserves to be there?
No. He is not like,
terrible
I
person.
belong
I just
here.
need to be in prison.
No, he's there because
Building his empire.
he's bored. He has nothing better to do. When I want to
Be
leave,
in
I
jail?
will.
There's no more boring place to be.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
this is great. I get to work on my material.
Plus, like,
3 square meals a
Pump some
day.
iron.
he
you know,
definitely
get
pumps iron because this Riddler is swole, and it contributes to like things I hate about redesigns and Riddler. I love Riddler as a character when he's done properly, and by that I mean like in a vacuum,
Like he's an
twice.
egghead.
Like, yeah, no, like okay, so like original Riddler, he wears a unitard, and he's like, whoa, he is a rip-off Joker. But like his shtick is riddles and oversized prop crap. It sucks. Then they kind of push the puzzle thing, but like eventually they get into this whole like gentleman dapper angle, and that is like peak Riddler. That's my Riddler. It really is animated series where it's like boiled down, distilled, like multiverse Riddler, where it's like this is the Riddler.
Yeah, he's got a bowler hat on, but he's wearing a suit.
Yes, and like there was the Matt Wagner book, The Riddle Factory. He sometimes wears the suit, sometimes wears the unitard, and it's like interchangeably, like, depending on how he wants to feel. And it's like
Maybe it's based on the weather that day.
It could
if
be.
I'm chilly, I wear the unitard underneath.
yeah, but
It's always there.
He is definitely always wearing it, and I think in Batman Forever they do the same thing. Like he has a suit and a unitard, and it's like that's kind of cool that they remembered that, and that's like the only praise I'll ever give Batman Forever. But so anyway, Riddler's tough to crack, but giving him muscles and having him wear an open shirt the whole time sucks.
Well,
He's in prison. He's like,
No,
look,
but-
I'm not going to work out unless I literally have nothing else to do.
Yeah, well, he had nothing to do, and he totally works out because like that's his look.
is he all tatted up?
No.
Oh.
No, he's not tatted up like you would expect in Brian Azzarello's Joker or in the Nolan-verse if he was to be introduced.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, big time. This is just, it's like the Riddler you remember, but also, you know, he's ripped.
Yeah.
And that sucks. And it's so stupid. And it gets worse, so we'll get into it.
Okay.
But like,
This is Peaky Blinders Riddler.
Yes. Pre-Peaky Blinders. So Riddler's in jail. He's talking to this detective, and the detective is basically like bringing Riddler in because Riddler's just like, he's complacent. He doesn't cause trouble. The only thing he does is ask questions. He constantly asks questions, and he's made not friends with the detective, but he's like got a rapport, and you know, in exchange for like help with the police department, like with the GCPD on like certain cases.
Okay, so they'll go to him with problems,
Yes.
and he'll be like, look, I'll answer your questions, but you have to answer some questions of mine.
Quid pro quo. Yeah, exactly. So they're trying to figure out, because like Joker is causing not mayhem, but like, you know, trouble. You know, random murders.
He's around. And
He's
doing
around.
his thing, and they can't stop him.
Yeah, Joker is in the book, so he's a problem. And so they're trying to figure it out, and the detective drops that Joker can't laugh. You know, we don't know. That's the thing we're getting out of this. Is
Right.
He can't laugh.
Do they ever explain
Why he can't laugh?
Yeah.
No.
Fuck.
No.
That pisses me off.
They do not explain it. Well, just sometimes
If
we
it
get
was-
into a rut.
If it was a block,
Yeah. So Riddler's helping the detective, and the detective drops the whole like Joker can't laugh and shit, and he's like, oh yeah, well, and then he just jumps up and kills the detective.
Oh.
He just slices his throat, but like that doesn't kill him, so he just stabs him like 26 times, like a complete like lunatic. So
Yikes.
he's dead, and then you know he tells a riddle. He kills the guy. He answers the riddle. They're catching it all on camera. You know, Batman's narrating it. He talks about like he recounts the experience because Batman.
yeah, he saw the footage tape.
He saw the footage. He won't let it go. There's a lot of innocent lives that are lost in this.
Right.
And that is the worst thing. He's like, this is the worst thing ever. And the War of Jokers and Riddles, a thing that like literally nobody talked about because it didn't exist up until this point. Although during King's run prior to this, there is a moment where Riddler says, tell Batman I haven't forgotten about the War of Jokes and Riddles and what you did. Outside of the Joke Factory, which may be a reference to the Riddle Factory, which was a Matt Wagner riddle book, but instead it's Joker. Kind of cool. I like it. Hey, maybe. King reads these books. Like having talked to him, I'm
Right.
like,
He
oh,
knows.
you like know this shit, like more than me. So I'm like I'll say something. He's like, that's not the issue, and I'm like, oh fuck. But you know, Gordon's out there. He's got his people. He sends everyone in. The joke factory explodes. So a bunch of cops are dead. Joker escaped before the explosion. Just walks behind the police barricade and just starts bam, 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 just shooting cops in the back of the head.
Oh, wow.
And then just walks away. Riddler is at the prison. He's just in the hallway from the interrogation room he was in, and it's just loaded with guards with weapons drawn. And they're just like, okay, you have to get down on your hands and knees for the next 3 seconds or we're gonna drop you. And he proceeds to say names. Joanna Elizabeth Sanchez. And one of the guards is like, what? And he proceeds to say more names. And he says every guard there, he says an equivalent name to someone that matters to them.
Yep.
And the
I remember
narration,
this.
yeah, and the narration explains that in exchange for helping the GCPD, Riddler only asked the detective for personal information about everyone who worked at the prison.
And he gave it to him?
Well, it was innocuous things like,
Yeah, like, oh, does they have any kids?
is someone so married? Do they have a kid? Where do they? You know, what street do they live on?
It's not innocuous.
Oh, I know.
You're
No,
asking
it's
about law enforcement.
super dumb.
Yeah.
You just lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I can
That'd
imagine.
be so funny. He's naming these names and they're like,
What the hell?
is that
3,
We're counting down to 0.
2.
Oh, they lied. to
Joanna
me.
Elizabeth Sanchez. Oh,
Michael David
O'Brien.
Miller or something. And they're like,
1.
James.
Blam. Hey, Batman, we got one. So they just part like the Red Sea and he just walks through them.
Wasn't that in another book? Batman
Yes.
did that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Batman did that.
In,
Yes. Batman did that in the fucking Batman Who Laughs.
is that what I'm remembering?
Yes. You're
Okay.
thinking of the Batman Who Laughs. What? Moving on. Joker gets an Uber and he's like riding in the car. He tells a joke. The guy laughs. Joker's like, "That no, it's not funny." He shoots the guy behind, like in the back of the head, goes through the windshield. Car crashes. It crashes into a bunch of people. Like it just Joker
Yikes.
knows how to like calculate the maximum carnage that he can wring out of Gotham.
Right.
Thank you.
I don't understand what the Joker's doing. He's like killing people, but he's not killing them in like hilarious ways.
No,
which is what I would think you would do if you were
Right.
trying to laugh and you're a psychopath
Well, don't
who
forget,
doesn't
it's
mind
like
killing
it's
people.
early Joker, like it's year 2 Joker. Like, so
Right.
Joker's still kind of like establishing himself, or has established himself as the Joker, but
Right.
he's still more sadistic. I think
He's not hilarious.
'cause I think
Yeah, but he's trying to laugh.
Yes.
That's what he's trying to do, but he's
Yes.
not doing anything that's even remotely funny.
No.
So like, why would you be laughing?
Agreed.
It's like, damn it, I just murdered those people in cold blood. It's not funny. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but like that makes me laugh. Like that's why it's so
well, if you
horrible.
try doing
yeah, but
anything
he's
even
killing
somewhat
them
funny,
because
Well,
they're not funny either.
Well, it could be that's why he did the open mic night, like where it's like they are conventional comedians. They're
Right.
using humor. It doesn't work. I murder them, which maybe adds another element of like psychosis.
Right.
Does that make it funnier? No, that's not even close.
Right.
So I move on. Now, what about random murder? What about random destruction? Nope, none
maybe
of
the
that.
problem is I was trying to do something ironic and that wasn't funny. I'll try to do something that has no irony.
Exactly.
Or...
I'm just a murderer now.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Nothing. Not even a giggle.
No.
So he moves on. He goes up into a big building. Riddler follows. Riddler goes into like the top high rise of this like office complex. So Riddler says knock knock. Joker says who's there. Riddler says an answer to your puzzle. And so Riddler's like, listen, I know you can't laugh. I'm happy to come up with a solution.
Whoa,
for
whoa,
you.
whoa. An answer to your puzzle, who?
Oh no, I skipped to that.
I'm not actually doing it.
Joker doesn't do that, but they also do other knock knock jokes throughout the book, and they do pay them off. But
Okay.
Anyway, so so Riddler basically says like, let's work together, like let's team up, because like I know your problem. It's Batman. You want to kill Batman. Well, you're not gonna, and neither am I. Not alone. Let's work together. And maybe that will, and I promise I will put my brilliant mind towards solving your laughter issue. So like, because here's the thing, if we don't work together and we both try to kill Batman, it will result in the war of jokes and riddles. So let's just skip to the end and not do that, and instead just have an awesome, dope team up, which people haven't seen either. So how about that?
Yeah. Let's do Joker and Riddler versus Batman.
Exactly.
Yeah, the war of jokes and riddles is them teaming up against Batman.
Yes. So Joker says, "You're right. Maybe I will laugh again. Or maybe this'll work." And he pulls out a gun and he shoots Riddler in the stomach.
Oh. And Riddler looks genuinely shocked.
He
that
did
that
not
happened.
expect that.
Wow.
Maybe. So,
Hey, at least he missed his spine.
yeah, he did miss his spine. But he shoots him right in the belly button. He's down. And he goes, "No, that's not funny either."
I'm sorry,
So-
that wasn't funny.
So he walks off. And
He
then-
doesn't shoot himself as penance.
No, he doesn't care. Joker may be, ironic or the devil, but he's also a hypocrite and an asshole.
He's not an idiot,
He's not
too.
an idiot either.
Yeah, he's not stupid.
Blam, that didn't work. Blam. Ow.
Ow, die. That is kind of funny. But Joker leaves, and then a little bit of time goes by. Batman smashes through the window. He looks at Riddler.
Wait, so Riddler was tailing Joker, and Batman was tailing Riddler, tailing Joker.
Yes, and that's the book. So Batman comes upon Riddler, who is bleeding out, and Riddler basically says, like, "He took my bomb. I had a bomb and he took it. I was going to set it off, but he took my bomb and now he's gone." Batman determines, like, based on the wound he has and the blood loss he's suffering, he's going to die whether I rescue him or not.
Oh.
So I'm going to leave him here on the floor and I'm going to chase after the Joker. So he leaves and Riddler doesn't die and instead just like puts extra pressure on the wound and somehow manages to use his great genius to figure out how to not die and hobbles away when Batman takes off.
I'm using my brain power to staunch the flow of blood
Yeah.
mentally.
I'm telling my brain to tell
Stop
my
it.
blood vessels to clot better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Batman's fucking wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and he's still a greenhorn,
Right.
kinda. Like he's had a few victories, he's defeated a few people, but like it's not,
It's interesting that he's wrong in the way where if he's wrong, oh well, Riddler dies.
Yes.
Oops.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
have to
not
save you.
Not the Batman we know.
No. So then, I love it because like I remember when this came out and people were like, the war jokes and riddles. Like, King honestly was like, I want to see that. Like Riddler versus Joker. And we were all like, yeah, that could be kind of cool.
Yeah, okay.
And so Riddler hobbles off, and then they just do this whole one-page splash with like, and so the war of jokes and riddles erupted. Boom. There it is.
And it was a war of
and-
jokes and riddles.
And
Yes.
everyone took sides?
Yes. All of Batman's rogues picked sides, Joker or Riddler. And so, like, it's civil war for Batman's rogues gallery.
Are they friends
so
or
funny.
something? Like all the villains just like
They all know each
"Hey,
other. They're more like colleagues.
Yeah, but
they're like, well, Joker is the number one
Yes.
villain, and Riddler's like number two,
Yeah.
and they're going against each other, so let's all line up
Yes. And
yeah, like
on
dodgeball.
either side.
and
yeah.
one might argue, like, Two-Face might be like, technically, not just
I feel like I'm as big a deal as the Riddler.
Exactly, and forgetting like my whole shtick, like I am number two though.
Right.
But yeah, no, Two-Face literally, he joins a team and he's like, yeah, he has no role to play in this. He's there.
Right.
There are a lot of villains in this who are just there.
Right.
Like Scarecrow or Two-Face or Catwoman or Scarface, like Solomon fucking Grundy.
Or
Like,
Penguin? Penguin should just sweep in afterwards and be like, hey, they're going to war. I'm going to take over.
in this, Penguin is a lackey of Carmine Falcone. So
So it's like pre-Penguin.
pre-penguin. Like he looks like a penguin, but he hasn't accepted the whole,
He hasn't taken on the mantle of the Penguin.
Yeah. He's still Cobblepot now.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So then, it was just like Batman's like, yeah, that's so fucked up, right? You want to go for round two? Or-
As soon as like, were you still talking?
right. No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, that was so fucked up.
Yeah,
I
what?
forgive you. I didn't finish my story. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh no,
mean,
I wanted you to know. I
feel like
forgive
I know
you.
where it's going, and I forgive
And
you.
I forgive you. Well, wait.
Oh, yeah,
wait.
where's it
Well,
going?
Oh yeah.
What did I do?
You fought them. All right, you win this round.
You detected?
I did technically.
Why
do
would I
that.
need to be forgiven for that?
Because you were bad at it? Damn.
Fair.
Oh, that's cold.
Anyway, so we cut to like that scene in Batman '89 where Joker goes to the plastic surgeon, and it's the scene with the plastic surgeon, but it's Riddler.
Oh.
So Riddler goes to the plastic surgeon from Batman '89, And, you know, the doctor's like, oh, let's see how we did. You see what I have to work with. And so, you know, Riddler demands a mirror, and he sees that, like, you know, you are so shredded, but also you have this, like, wound in your belly button. So then Riddler takes a scalpel, and he carves a question mark into his own chest.
Oh, he makes the bullet hole the dot in the question mark.
Stupid. It's so grimdark and lame, and it's just something that, like, Riddler would never do, but he does in this, and I hate every panel of this.
Would it have been better for you if he'd gotten a tattoo that formed?
None of that would have been okay with me because like, Riddler is smart and, like, gets metaphors, so he doesn't need to, like, wear it. You know what I mean?
He does wear a suit with question marks on it,
but he doesn't need to, like,
Not in this.
carve it into his body. Yeah, not in this. He doesn't have question marks. The question mark is his flesh. Deep.
Well, if you're gonna see all of this, you might as well see the question mark.
Damn right. Yeah, right.
Show it off.
That's his look. His look is now like the Riddler suit, but an open shirt, so you
With
could
the
see his question mark and how fucking, you know, stacked he is. So Carmine Falcone gets a phone call. It's the Joker. Joker's like, hey, you have an hour to kill the Riddler. Just go do that. And Falcone's like, who the fuck are you to call me? And then Joker's like, you have an hour. Click. And Falcone's like, go do it. Go kill the Riddler. Everybody scrambles. Meanwhile, Riddler is in the park with Poison Ivy.
Green themed, okay.
Yep.
recruiting.
He's recruiting.
Yeah.
And he's got I mean, like, we already had, like, the montage. Like, we saw he got most people, but, like, Poison Ivy can control friggin' elemental things like the goddamn green. So it's like, hey, and basically Riddler convinced her by saying, like, if Joker wins, he's not gonna be satisfied with that. He's gonna scorch the earth. Like, he will burn it all to the ground. So, you know.
Yeah, until he can laugh, which he never will.
Which he never will, so it's never gonna end. And he'll, like, burn the earth. And you're all about, like, you know, plants and growth and shit. So meanwhile, they get attacked by Falcone's thugs. Poison Ivy dispatches them easily, showing that she's on Riddler's side now.
Right.
Batman shows up. He's always one step behind them.
Does he save the henchman?
All the henchmen
He's just
die.
a second too late.
Yes,
Thank
he's
God he
always
comes in on a motorcycle wielding an axe, and he's still useless.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, he names them all, like, you know how Riddler named all the names. Batman names everybody, and he talks about, like, why they became henchmen. You know, he's like, you know, he has a sick mother, all that stuff. Like, basically betraying, like,
Except for Larry over there, he's just an asshole.
right? Like, fuck him, that's fine. But, like, well, but all life is sacred. But, like, no, it's like there's nuance to the villains, but, like, but you cripple these people.
Yeah.
Why do you suddenly care about?
Well, no, they are bad guys.
Right, but, like, I don't
have to
kill
stop
them though.
I don't kill them.
I
I
just
just
have to
make sure
stop
they
them.
never walk again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
What's wrong?
I maybe cripple like a handful of them a year.
Yeah.
So Joker's waiting in Falcone's office. Falcone's like, oh shit. Joker's like, it's been an hour.
Yeah. I don't think he's dead yet.
And he's not. I know he's not dead. So here are all your mother's teeth. And he makes them in the shape of a smile.
Is she alive?
Yeah, she was.
Oh.
I like that he kind of gets Joker. Like, Joker. Okay, so there's.
I'm having some fun so far.
It's pretty. Yeah, okay. We'll see how we go. But, like, his Joker is, like, very understated. Every writer who takes Batman has their interpretation of the Joker. And we've seen a lot of them on this couch. King's Joker is, like, he doesn't explain himself. You know, he cuts to the chase. He doesn't have any patience, but he has all the patience. You know, like, he has no patience for the reader, but he has every patience for himself. And so, like, we don't bother. Like, here, you didn't do what I asked. Here's your mother's teeth. Did I probably collect these before I called you? Because these henchmen are like, she lives, like, in Metropolis. So, yeah. So he kills all the thugs except for Penguin, who's one of the enforcers. And he's like, you work for me now. You're part of my crew. Falcone, your resources, they're now my resources. And you're going to dedicate all of your resources to taking down the Riddler. Like, Joker doesn't have time to, like, build a crew, make friends.
He's just going to take someone
I'll just take your empire and now dedicate the full might of the Falcone crime family against the Riddler.
I like that he doesn't have just an army of clowns out there.
No, it's just him.
Yeah.
And his horror.
So are all of Falcone's henchmen dead? Because wouldn't he just sick them on the Joker?
Well, the ones that were there, that were in the room. But Joker is like, he's slippery, you know? He got past the cops. He was like headshotting them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Right. So after this, he's not going to stick around. He's going to disappear again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not going to live in the
Okay.
mansion.
I was going to say, like, it would be very easy for Falcone to kill. Like, he has an entire organization. Joker
Yes.
can't possibly, like, withstand that.
No, but I could also see. I mean,
If
I
he's
could
just
see
hanging
Falcone
out there, he'd have to go hide somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So they can't find him.
No, if I were Falcone, I'd be like, I dedicate my resources to killing the Joker.
Yeah.
But I know as a comic book fan that results in my demise. Like, you
Right.
can't kill the Joker. And Falcone is lost enough to realize that he
Yeah.
shouldn't either.
Like, I was spared. I'm not going to get spared a second time.
Yeah.
When Batman saw or saved, well, didn't save,
Well,
the
came
henchman.
to the aid of the henchman.
Yeah. Attempted to
Was he
save-
surprised to see Riddler alive? He's like, you should be dead.
No. No.
Yeah, he knows Riddler's wily.
Resourceful.
Yeah.
So then we see like another like I already saw a full page montage of all the villains
Yeah.
fighting each other,
Oh,
but like
there's
how
more.
about another one?
Now we got Killer Croc. Now we got
Are
Two-Face.
these all the ones on his side?
Yes, because there's 2 double-page splashes of
Ah.
the opposing
Okay.
sides and how they carved up Gotham. Oh, and Riddler paid for Deathstroke.
Ah.
So Joker got Deadshot.
They each need one mercenary.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So whose team is stronger?
That's a great question. Let's take a look. I mean,
I
like,
fucking love Joker's face on this page. He's just so grumpy.
he has no patience for
can't
any of this.
laugh.
He's Grumpy Cat.
Yeah, yeah. But like, yeah, I think that Joker has the stacked team. I mean, like, Riddler has Scarecrow and Clayface.
Yeah.
And Deathstroke.
And he has Poison Ivy.
And
She's
Poison
not there,
Ivy.
but
So that's
still.
pretty.
Killer Croc.
Yeah, Killer Croc. But like, Joker has Mr. Freeze and Solomon Grundy.
They're pretty
Freeze
unbeatable.
could take down all of Gotham, and Grundy can't die.
Right.
Yeah, but he also has to deal with Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
This is true.
Those are like
That's minus
a
points.
hindrance.
Yes. Yeah. He needed to take a
handicap.
Yeah, he needed to take a handicap. You know, because it was too stacked. King likes Tweedledee and Tweedledum and uses them a lot during his Batman run, much to my chagrin. But yeah,
Hey, they're creepy looking.
they're creepy
They
looking.
are.
And, like,
That's true. That's
Yeah.
a true thing that you said.
so Batman's like wrap up to that chapter is, you know, like I had started to make a name for myself. People were calling me nicknames like the Caped Crusader, the Dark Knight, all that stuff. But in the eyes of the people, I was a superhero, and I let all these people die. I'm supposed to be a superhero, and like these are the names of the dead from like the world's greatest detective. Like, I'm a failure. It's like, okay, I say.
Haven't you let like a lot of people die though? Like a lot of people have died. Like
Yeah.
why these people?
Because they're Gothamites. I let this war like split
Like,
my
this was
city
like
in
the
half.
worst.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been.
Yes, it had never been worse.
Okay.
Unless you count 0 Year, which we clearly don't. So then we meet Charles Brown. So Charles Brown is a character from the long past.
Okay.
You might know him by another name, Kite Man.
Kite Man. Yes.
All right, Ethan's invested in the book now.
Well,
Is he like Kite Man from Harley Quinn?
no.
Oh.
No,
Damn.
he is not. This is Tom King's Kite Man.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Oh, you made a little paper airplane. Okay,
yes,
cool.
well, Kite Man explains like he's like an engineer or whatever. Like he studied wind. He's really good at like aeronautics and whatnot.
Sure.
And Batman just like he's getting drunk at a bar. Batman comes up on him and does his Batman thing where he's like, "You are going to set up a meeting with the Joker to join his gang, and you're going to be my informant from now on."
Huh.
So Charles Brown goes to Deadshot, who works for the Joker, to try and set up a meeting.
I didn't call you.
No, I called you because, like,
Yeah, I didn't call you for a reason.
Right.
Because you're fucking Kite Man.
he's not yet Kite Man.
Oh, you're not even Kite Man.
not even Kite Man,
You're
no.
not even Kite Man. Why would?
Well, because Charles Brown helped design a Joker mobile or two for the Joker.
Ah, okay.
Like,
so there's
they-
connection.
Okay.
We have, yeah.
He's worked for the underworld.
Right.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Joker specifically.
Right.
And then the next day, Charles Brown goes out with his son. He's divorced, but he has partial custody of his boy, who's also named Charles Brown. So he and Charlie are flying a kite.
Oh, a kite. Is this where he becomes Kite Man?
This is his bat through the window. Where,
Yeah.
So, you know,
Oh, boy.
Charles sets up Charlie with a kite because he's really good with like wind and stuff. He knows kites.
Right.
He kites well, and he sets his son up with a kite. He's playing with it, and he's like, "Do you like it?" And the kid goes, "Hell yeah!" And he goes, "Don't say that. Don't say those words. You'll go to the bad place if you say those words too much."
Oh.
And he's like, "Okay."
Uh-oh.
And he goes, "Why? Why is it a bad word?" And he goes, and I love Charles Brown because like he's just a big, stupid loser. Like, he's like, I don't know, my grandma used to tell me that. Like, he doesn't know.
I've never thought about it.
Yeah, he's never thought about it. But he says,
oh, shit, maybe I won't go to a bad place. Hell yeah. Hell, I have a lot of time to make up for. Hell.
Well, hang on to that because that comes up. But Charles gets drunk at his favorite bar. He walks out. There's a burly guy behind him. It turns out it's Clayface. Clayface just absorbs him and then walks. Dumps him off at the Riddler's hideout. And Riddler's like, so, I just want to confirm, your son's name is your name? Your name is Charlie Brown? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, and this is where you live? This is your address? Just establishing Riddler knows about addresses and names. He knows everybody. He's like, now I know everybody. Now tell me about the meeting you set up with the Joker. Because now I know about your meeting. So then...
I mean, it was more of a phone call.
Yeah, but there's a meeting. So then Charles goes back to his favorite bar. He gets wasted. Batman shows up to get information. And when Batman goes to the door, both Joker and Riddler's teams converge on Batman. And Joker just grabs Charles and walks out.
That's amazing.
And says, good grief. Ha ha ha.
Okay, that sucks.
By the way,
that's funny.
Kite Man's real name is Charles Brown. Like, it is Charlie Brown. And, so King wants to lean into the whole Charlie Brown thing.
I mean, Charlie Brown also always wants to fly a kite, and it keeps getting eaten by a tree.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh,
You
so
think about the football thing.
Probably
knew that.
Did that.
Did that on purpose. Okay. Joker and Charles just sit on a couch together somewhere. And then Charles breaks down and he's like, Batman had me set it up, but then Riddler found out about it, and so then he made me set up the other meeting, and so...
he just gives up everything.
Yeah, he gives it all up. And Joker just goes, that's kind of funny. So then Charles meets with Batman, and Batman's like, okay, so I took care, like, your son is safe, he has a cold, but he's all right, don't worry about it. Now tell me what the Joker told you. And Charles is like, the Joker told me the only way my son would be safe is if I killed you. And he opens up his shirt and he's got a bomb on it. And Batman's like, oh shit! And he fucking hits the button and it plays a sound effect which says, what says ha ha thump? A man laughing his head off. And it just repeats that over and over again. And Charles like, why didn't it kill anyone? Like, what is this? Is it a joke? So Charles is watching the war jokes and riddles unfold on TV. He gets a phone call from the Riddler, says a bunch of vague, threatening things. We see the image of a kite in the air falling down. So this is a
Kite Man book now.
The book is it's a secret Kite Man book.
What?
It's called The Ballad of Kite Man. That's what this whole thing is basically about. So then we cut to the next time Charles and Batman meet, and Charles is screaming at Batman because Riddler knew that I would betray him before he even came to me, and that's why he poisoned the rope on my son's kite.
Oh.
What?
So Batman takes Charles to the hospital. His son is like on death's door, and he says, am I going to go to the bad place because I said those bad words? And he's like, no, you're not. But also just begs God not to take his son, which of course he does. So now Batman and Charles are on a rooftop. Batman's like, I will catch him. Like, we will have vengeance. So then Charles goes home, uncomforted by Batman's words of promises of vengeance. Charles goes into his basement and proceeds to
become Kite Man.
He makes his kite.
Is this a secret origin for Kite Man?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Or a retcon.
It's a big retcon.
Okay.
But it's also a secret origin. I mean, that's what they used to call them, secret origins. So then Kite Man goes to Joker's hideout because he knows where Joker is hiding.
Right.
And there he is in all of his glory. And Joker says, is this a joke? And he says, Kite Man. And Joker says, Kite Man? And Kite Man goes, hell yeah.
I'm going to the bad place to see my boy.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Because I did believe that.
I did believe that.
Yeah,
hell
he did say that.
No, but like that's what my son used to say. So now I say hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So now Kite Man's catchphrase is hell yeah.
I mean, that is a catchphrase appropriate for a character like Kite Man.
Right, because like what? But that's also why it's in the Harley Quinn show.
My kid said it one time, so I figured like, I'm gonna honor his memory.
That's what I'm doing.
Hell yeah. All the time.
Hell yeah. Gordon meets with him. And then he goes to Batman and he tells him because Gordon wants to know what do they want? What do you want? What are you doing?
Right. And what's the point of this war?
Right. And the point of the war is like, one of us has to kill Batman.
Not each other?
No. I know that basically that Joker and Riddler acknowledge that they are the two best Batman villains. And so at the end of the day, it's going to come down to one of them killing Batman.
So they're fighting for the right to kill Batman.
Yes.
Like after they kill the other person.
Sure. Yes.
Because they don't need to fight each other to compete at killing Batman.
No,
No,
they could just try and kill Batman.
Yes. But
What?
they'd get in each other's way. It's early.
Okay,
so
I'll
like,
say-
they have
I
a
guess
lot of
they're
adventures.
competing for the
I'll say
various
this.
villains to be on their
They
side.
also
Yes.
want to rub it in the other's face, like, no, I killed him. You still have to be alive
Yeah.
for me to kill him.
I guess that's true.
But I don't understand why like innocent people are getting caught up in that. Like, why
Well-
is there a fight? Like,
Right.
what are they fighting over? How are the encounters occurring where there is conflict and violence in
Yeah.
the pursuit of Batman?
Yeah.
Also, if that was the case, why didn't Joker make the bomb actually explode when Kite Man went to click it?
That's a good question.
You would have won!
Yeah, Batman would have gotten away, just like Joker always gets away.
Yeah,
Like-
if I actually tried to kill him, though, fate would have intervened.
Right, but that
and
means
it
that
would
you'll
have
never
failed.
beat him because you're always trying to kill him.
That means you know that it'll never work.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. You're admitting that you don't actually.
So this is a superfluous war!
Well,
Yes.
maybe it is. Maybe that's where this is going. But it turns out like Joker didn't actually want to kill Batman the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and Joker, like, he's so focused on like his erectile dysfunction that like he's not really
LD.
thinking about maybe if I kill Batman it'll work. And like I think that's the motivation for Joker is like if I kill Batman, which I've wanted to do anyway, that's the only thing. And it's like if I can't laugh, then there's no point of me existing. And it's like so I gotta kill Batman. Like that. So the reason why Joker's so dogmatically like fighting against Riddler is because it's like no, you don't understand. If you kill Batman, I'll never laugh again.
Right, right.
And that's a big
I
thing
can't
for me.
let you
Yeah.
live long enough to kill Batman.
Yes.
Okay.
So Gordon's like, they want you, and they said like, if I deliver you, they'll stop.
And I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people in Gotham have died.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so,
Oh, so it's like Dark Knight, where he's got to like reveal yourself to the world, Batman, or I'll kill these people.
well, that's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he's like, basically every villain has fallen in line and picked a side, except for one person, Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Batman rescues Kite Man from plummeting out of a window that Catwoman threw him through.
She was just
Isn't
gonna
he
kill
supposed
him.
to be Kite Man? Shouldn't he not be able to fall?
Yeah. Why didn't he just play his kite?
He wasn't expecting to fall through that window. So yeah.
You can't save yourself from falling. I don't think you deserve to be called Kite Man.
I agree. They have like a little bit of interplay, but it's early in their relationship.
Right.
Then we get
He's like, stop killing people.
No, he's
not
like,
cool.
don't start.
Yeah. Don't. So, yeah. This would have been your first, and that's not cool.
Yeah.
Don't waste it on Kite Man.
Yeah, right. You make it count. Do it for something like me. So then the sniper war breaks out. It's Deadshot versus Deathstroke, and this is one that a lot of like power scalers like really hate because one is an excellent marksman and one's a mercenary.
Right.
Deadshot should kill Deathstroke.
Right. If
But-
it's snipers.
Right. If it's snipers, Deadshot wins.
Right.
But they don't. And also, like, it's basically all boiled down to these two pages of, like, which, by the way, are gorgeous pages. I love the bang panels.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But they're too evenly matched. And
Right. The bullets collide in midair.
yeah. Well, and they're both, like, across from, like, so people are getting sniped by accident, trying to, like,
Oh, I guess they're not very good.
eventually, like, Deathstroke's like, fuck sniper rifles. So he, like, goes over there and, like, they fight with swords and stuff. Like, it becomes a whole thing.
Yeah.
But it takes 5 days to take down Deathstroke and Deadshot.
Oh.
And in the carnage, like 62 people died.
What? That's a lot of people to be caught in crossfire between two dudes.
Yes. Well,
who
that's
are,
how
like,
freaking scary and powerful they
hyper-accurate
are.
shooters.
Yeah, well, sometimes they're not shooting, sniper rifles. Sometimes it's like Uzis or they're using swords or something.
Right. And so many people can be killed by
Okay.
swords.
So many people can be killed with swords, but
very personal,
if you
close-range
keep
weapons.
a 4-foot radius away from them, you should be fine.
Well, they're also really fast.
I could see like 7 people being killed in the
No,
crossfire.
no. He breaks it down. He says it took 5 days. On the first day, 4 people died. On the second day, 14 people died because they sprayed M16s into the crowd.
Oh, okay.
On the third day, Deadshot bombed a building.
Oh,
and
so
28 people died.
so they
like
used
it was,
bombs.
and
Okay.
they kept like escalating.
I see.
I mean, yes.
Eventually, one of them is going to drop a nuke on the other.
Yeah, but ultimately, Batman finally like gets close and just beats them both desperately. Like he's just like, no more. Like he's just like, ah! Like my whole city's falling apart. And like I love it because in the beginning of the book he talks about how like the city is always like a place of extremes. Like,
Yeah.
it's either like it's raining or it's always cold or it's the hottest
Or
summer.
it's raining lead.
Yeah. Well, in this particular case, it is. But
Right.
like, it was during the War of Jokes where it was like the weather was perfect. And so it's just like
What a waste.
It was a good season for Gotham, and it was and during that time it was the war of jokes and riddles.
It would have been the nicest season Gotham has ever
Yes,
had.
yes. If
It
only
was
Batman could
ruined.
be good at his job. So he just desperately beats these two. Like, no
How
more!
are you two so good at killing everyone except each other?
Yeah.
Could anyone take the load off me for 1 second? I don't even have any Robins right now. So he defeats Deathstroke and Deadshot. Again, another problem for power scalers where they're like, oh, Batman beat Deathstroke in like 2 panels, what? And it's like, because the Batman book.
Yeah,
Also
and
because,
like,
like, they're-
we came
they're
into the middle of the
pawns.
fight. He fought him for like 10 pages before that, and we just cut to the chase.
Exactly.
Or he's just waiting for them to get close to each other. Like it was sniper rifles and M16.
And then they're finally like, okay,
They're finally
just
hand to hand.
slappers only.
Oh, all right, I am in on this.
Yeah. This I could do. And then
I
he drops
don't
a
use
bomb
guns,
on them.
so I'm not going to suddenly interject myself in there.
Right, exactly. If I were freaking Batman, what I would do is I would steal Mr. Freeze's freeze gun, wait for them to have a fucking sword fight, and shoot them both with a freeze gun. Because I have access to that technology.
But you'd have to steal Mr. Freeze's freeze gun.
Which I would be able to do because I'm freaking Batman. But also, like...
But he's protected by the other
that's
people
true.
that are
Oh,
on,
yeah.
He's in the hideout.
yeah, that's true.
Joker's
And it's
team.
early in his career, so maybe he doesn't have it yet because
Yeah.
he has definitely weaponized Mr. Freeze's technology by now. But I love it because he beats them and they're both unconscious. He just goes, ah!
He screams. into
Bloody
the
murder.
air,
He just
yeah.
can't keep
He's
it together.
he's either so upset or I imagine that scream like Schwarzenegger
Like Predator?
screaming.
Ah! Like, yes, I am the biggest man. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, it's taking too long. And Gordon's like, pretty fucked up.
I guess you could just die.
Well, because Gordon keeps saying like, I'll bring in the feds. Like, I'll have the feds show up, and like they won't, and, like, but they keep dying. So then Batman's like, I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do anymore. So then Bruce Wayne.
I'm upset because we have not gotten one riddle so far.
There's a lot of them. I just skip over them.
Oh, okay. They're in there.
Are they important?
They're thematically relevant to the action that's happening in the book.
Okay, but they don't necessarily like they aren't.
They don't
clues.
lead. No, they're not. No, they're not like breadcrumbs. Maybe King's good. He might be alluding to the end, but like the end of the
But
book
Batman
is telegraphed in
doesn't
the beginning
use
of the
the
book.
riddles to end
No.
the problem. Okay.
No, that is such a better idea. Damn it.
But that also means that like
But Batman would have to be there every time because like Riddler just says riddles like while he's doing stuff. But
that also
just
means
says
that
jokes.
Riddler isn't like his own downfall.
No.
Right.
Well, you'll see.
He may be
But
later
not-
on,
not
but he's
because
not
he
like
left
the
riddles
riddles are a
scattered around
clue
the
to
city.
how to beat me.
No, he doesn't like leave trophies and set things up so people can, he can be hoisted by his own petard.
Right,
So
okay.
so Batman's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. So he basically like he employs Bruce Wayne. So Bruce Wayne is a billionaire. He's like Gotham's favorite son. So Bruce Wayne calls a parlay, and he's like, both sides of the war of jokes and riddles come to Wayne Manor and sit down for a dinner. This is the dinner issue that a lot of people are pissed off about because they're like, by now they're like, this war of jokes and riddles is mostly just referencing itself and not actually showing a war. And now we're
Right.
gonna have like a 9-course dinner at Wayne Manor. Fie.
I'm going to get all of my villains who have heard me before to sit down at my table and hear my voice over and over
Yeah.
again.
Only a few of them are geniuses, so only
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 would figure it out.
Well, don't worry. He uses a growly voice. You can't tell, but when he's Batman,
When he's
uses a
Batman, he
growly
does the growly voice, yeah.
So that way it disguises it.
Yeah, well, I love it because like Bruce Wayne looks like Batman wearing a tuxedo, and
Yeah.
at one point or another he yells at them, and it's like there's no fucking way he's yelling at them like Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Like, you guys, really, okay?
I have to put on a voice when I'm Bruce.
Yeah, he does, and it's like, but what's his angry Bruce voice? No, like his real voice is Batman. So like when he yells at them later, it's like, okay, and they're like, oh, you're Batman. Oh my God, you're so dead. But instead, like they sit through the courses and they have this meal, and basically Bruce is like trying to get at the heart of it. Like, what do you want?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, but he already knows they want to kill Batman.
Right, but like
Is only Joker and Riddler eating?
Yes,
Yeah.
the rest of them all just have to watch.
That sucks.
I know.
I thought if I was part of either crew,
I'd be
I was
like,
we were
"Horse
invited
shit."
to a parlay in Wayne Manor for 9 courses, and I don't get shit.
Yeah, I don't even get cocktail weenies. Alfred. That's your name,
No,
right? Come over here.
They're the muscle. They're the bodyguards.
They
Bodyguards don't eat.
Yeah, Two-Face would love to be called a bodyguard.
Right?
Are you
That's
kidding me?
So ridiculous.
Completely. But
Forget Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze is
Mr.
reduced to a bodyguard watching Joker eat.
Okay, Mr. Freeze can't eat.
Maybe that's why
anyway.
people didn't like this book. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, Mr. Freeze can't eat anything. What are you talking about? He's got that shell on.
Yeah,
So-
you'd want to sit at the table though.
Yeah, he does want a seat. So
Poison Ivy standing there behind Riddler, watching him eat.
the roots
Yeah.
under my feet feel some kind of cavernous electronic base.
It's like it stretches on for miles.
Never mind.
It's like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Just roots just come up and murder everybody?
Oh
like,
my god. Right, I'm like an Omega level villain.
yeah, why?
She just
what am I
turns Riddler's
doing?
or Joker's salad into like
Right,
poison.
they have a salad course. You ate salad, they just grow into his stomach and kill him.
Done.
Because Poison Ivy's never had a chance to like kill the Joker or reason for that matter, but now she's on an anti-side.
Yeah.
No, you can't pull that thread.
They're
Yeah.
wearing armbands.
Yeah, they reference well,
Oh yeah, that's how you know what crew they're on.
yes.
Does Joker's side have that too?
They have like the playing card Joker like clown. Like Kite Man has like the decal on his Kite Man helmet.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's themed. And like they pay attention. Like they
I like that.
They put that in there. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm sure they kept them in posterity because there's no way I would be horribly embarrassed to have participated in this
Oh my
freaking
God.
thing. But so they have these like courses and they have these conversations and it's like, you know, it's interesting because Batman, Bruce Wayne, you know, is like, why? Like, what's going on here? And they proceed to explain, you know, like what'll happen. Like, what will you do when you kill the Batman? Like, because
Right.
Bruce is basically like, I have to pick a side. Like, I can't just fight both of them.
And I can't just let this keep going.
No. And I'm at my wit's end, so what do I do? So he's like,
I've poisoned both your meals.
that would be freaking oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah!
Look, I have to get through this one way or the other.
Right?
The end.
Yeah, oh.
And someone's gonna argue like, oh, the Joker can't be poisoned or something.
Oh, yeah, no.
Fine, you still killed Riddler.
Right, exactly. Well, I did pick a side. And now I'll fight you because you know who I am. I mean, for God's sake, I know that, you know, the book's done. It's 5 years old. But like, hey, I poisoned both meals. I'm not a killer. Like, it just knocks them out, right? And the muscle's like, hey! And then Superman shows up and punches all of them. Because there isn't a single person here who wouldn't be one punched by Superman. Because Batman has a point where he says earlier, like, that I'm a member of the Justice League.
He says that?
yeah.
You're already a member of the
You're
Justice
already
Okay.
over the Justice League, and Wonder Woman isn't here right now.
Yeah,
and
what are you
just like,
doing?
okay, all right. When he says like applesauce, we're all just gonna jump. Flash, Green Lantern, just
Yeah.
a cage. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, 62 people died in 5 days. I feel like the Justice League would show up.
Two people.
Whether they were invited or not.
I
Yeah,
assumed
right.
I assumed he hadn't met them yet.
No.
That's why he didn't
Yeah.
reach out.
No, he says I'm a member of the Justice League. I'm like, okay, well, that's your problem.
Now you've lost me.
But
The narrative.
But yeah. Oh, but so you know, he's like, I'm gonna back whoever makes the more compelling argument. You know, like whoever convinces
So
me
Bruce
that they
Wayne is telling them that he's going to provide backing to
Yeah.
one faction or the other?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
Yes, he's like, I will give whoever like
I will give
convinces
you
me.
$1 billion.
That is exactly the price tag.
He says $1 billion?
$1 billion.
That's fucking amazing.
He's like, and that way you'll have enough money to buy the other side,
Oh.
so they'll be bankrupt,
Yeah.
and
then
the war will be over.
It'll be everyone against one guy.
Yeah, and then the war's over.
Yeah.
So Riddler explains how he's gonna kill Batman. I'm gonna kill everybody he loves. I'm gonna find out who he is.
Oh, really? You're gonna find out who he
yeah.
is? You're gonna kill him?
That seems pretty suspect to me. But
What if everyone already close to him is dead? And Alfred just cries in the corner.
it's like, dessert is ready. So you know,
It's gonna be served cold.
That's just the way Batman likes it. So Batman, I'm gonna put Batman in a hole. I'm gonna kill everybody he loves. They're gonna fall on him, and then I'm gonna kill him in the bodies of his own people. Like, oh, that's pretty fucking
Oh,
dark.
it's pretty fucked up.
Oh no,
what
pretty,
do you got,
That's a
Joker?
$1 billion idea right there. But Joker's like, I'm gonna strangle him to death. That's my plan.
I thought you wanted to laugh.
No, and then
I was hoping something funny
and
was
then
gonna come
and then
in.
I'll laugh.
Like you're gonna cut off his arm and beat him to death with it
Right.
or something, and say stop hitting yourself, and then maybe you laugh.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So pedestrian. Anyway, so you
No,
know,
I thought I'd strangle him. That'd be pretty funny.
yeah.
Maybe I'd laugh again. Oh, okay.
Each side has hostages that they kept, so like in case the cops showed up to the parlay. So Riddler's like, I'll release my hostages, and Joker's like, I don't remember if I killed them. I think I killed them already, like before I got here. I don't remember. And then it cuts to like them, and they're all dead. And it's like, yeah, no, I definitely remember, and I definitely did that. But they were supposed to have coffee at the end. Batman takes his coffee in the cave, and he's like, because his mother is like high society, old world.
Yeah.
Like she would have, like your mother would have been horrified by what we did in your like in the dining room today.
Yeah.
Despite like how we did this thing.
Also, that's like 5 more people dead.
Yeah. You killed those hostages.
You killed 5 people.
You killed 5 people and fed the murderers.
Yes.
So is Batman actually gonna back one of them? Like,
Well,
was that a legitimate question?
Right?
Because if so, he should back the Riddler.
Naturally.
Because Joker killed his fucking hostages.
Right, and it's the Joker.
And it's the Joker.
You want to
also.
beat Joker.
Yeah.
Because I can beat Riddler in my sleep. So Kite Man's hanging out with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and so they go out, and Batman shows up and he punches out Kite Man, and he's wearing a green armband. Batman has backed the Riddler. He's on Team Riddler.
Okay. Well, that's what should happen. So,
Yes.
Okay.
But he beats the hell out of Kite Man. He hangs him up by his kite.
He leaves a riddle? Did he leave a riddle?
Yeah. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
Oh,
Hey!
that's a reference.
I just like in the movie. Kite Man is cut down. He goes to Joker. Joker's like, so Batman is on Team Riddler? He just beats Kite Man with a chair. Kite Man staggers out of there. He tells a story about how his wife used to call Charles a joke in front of his son. Like Charlie and Charles are talking, and Charlie's like, Dad, are you a joke? Mom says you're a joke. And he's like, and basically the long and the short of it is, maybe I am a joke. Maybe your mother's right. But like, it's important to like be able to laugh at yourself, because then it takes power away from those who stand to like speak against you. But
Yeah, like it doesn't hurt as much when they do it because you can do it.
Yeah, and but like I am a big fat joke.
Look at me.
Oh.
I'm a Kite Man.
Yeah. So Kite Man goes to the ventriloquist, who was also on Team Joker originally, and Batman took away Scarface, and so ventriloquist just like, he took my puppet. It's done.
Oh,
Right.
the ruse is over.
Yeah.
He's defeated.
Yeah.
Because Batman took his
And he
puppet.
also
took
is
your
like,
puppet.
you took my puppet. I know it's a puppet.
He's with Man-Bat, and Man-Bat just gets hit by a freaking Stinger missile.
Just sees Man-Bat falling. Yeah, Man-Bat's not like a real man.
No,
I could kill him.
He is, but like
No, but he
it's
looks
one
all
of those.
gross.
It's one of those like really low impact missiles that I fired from the bat plane.
Yeah. I just shredded his wings a little bit.
Yeah.
He can't fly anymore.
Exactly.
So we'll just plummet to the ground. The ground's gonna kill him.
Right.
I didn't
Yeah,
kill
I
him.
didn't kill him.
Yeah.
I don't have to save him from the ground.
in exchange for working with Riddler, also makes them agree that there is no more killing from Riddler's team.
Okay. So he's like, I will defeat Joker's crew, but you can't kill anybody.
We can't kill anybody.
Okay.
Two-Face takes down Kite Man. He has an argument with himself about killing Kite Man.
Yeah.
Just Kite Man, Kite Man, Kite Man. You know, there it goes.
We keep going back to Kite Man.
Yeah. Clue Master gets the crap kicked out of him. He's hanging out with Kite Man. Kite Man is just with each dwindling member of the Joker crew.
Right.
Wait, Clue Master?
Yeah, that's Clue
There's
Master.
a Riddler and a Clue Master?
Yes, there is. So then we get a big Patton moment. Joker's like standing on a stage and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, like, you are the brave few who blah, 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 blah. It's all just a big sight gag so we can cut to Kite Man being the only one left. Kite Man applauds. So Batman faces Kite Man because he's the last one.
Right.
And Batman's just wailing on Kite Man. And Batman's just like,
You
stay.
only had to hit me once.
Well, no, he keeps saying, like, stay down. Kite Man keeps getting back up. He just keeps punching him. Finally, Kite Man is defeated. Batman takes Kite Man and brings him before Riddler. So Riddler's like, you're going to take down the Joker.
Right.
Because you're
Congratulations.
because you're a big stupid joke. Because you're... And Kite Man's like, Kite Man. And Riddler goes, hell yeah.
As you so eloquently like to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Joker is in an office building. He's at the top floor. He's talking to this dude. This dude is so screwed because he's just a regular guy with the Joker. Joker asks the guy, will you remember me? He does the joke, will you remember me a year from now, 10 years from now, 5 minutes from now, 2 seconds from now? And the guy's like, sure, yeah. And then he says, like, knock, knock. And he goes, who's there? And he goes, I thought you said you'd remember me forever. That doesn't make him laugh. So then he takes out this big machete and he just cuts the guy's arm off.
Oh.
the arm with the watch on it, and he says like, "Why did the man throw the watch out the window?"
Because it was attached to his arm.
So the whole thing culminates in the place it started. Joker is in the top high-rise of that like office building from the beginning of the book. Batman and Riddler are outside of that building, and Batman's like, okay, he's on the top floor, he's probably got bombs and all kinds of traps everywhere. How are we gonna get in here? Like we can't send a whole armada in there. It's gonna be like a small crew, you, me, and we're gonna go. And Riddler's like, are you fucking for real? Like, are you really gonna take me to go fight the Joker? Like, you're just gonna betray me? No.
Yeah.
Riddler knows about the bomb. Because I think it's the bomb from like, the beginning of the book.
Yeah, he took his bomb.
He took my bomb, but like the bomb is wired to like blow up the top floor, like first, like top few floors of the high rise. So it's like we go in wrong.
Right, with too many fucking people.
Too many people. Like but I'm bringing my crew. We got to come up with something else.
Why doesn't Batman just go alone?
Right. because Batman has a plan.
Oh,
Because he's not a complete idiot in this book.
I see.
But you know,
He's kind of been doing a bang-up job so far, really.
yeah. But he
I
goes,
mean, he did defeat Joker's whole crew now, so
Yeah,
he's
that's
finally
true.
starting to
Yes,
achieve something.
after hundreds of people died in Gotham.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose a few.
It's true.
It's the war of jokes and riddles, you know.
It's a war, you know. You're
Yeah.
gonna have collateral damage. Batman reveals that he has Catwoman on his side, and Catwoman is scaling up the side of the building, and she identifies where Joker is, like what floor he's on, and who, like what he's all up to. She's like, he's stabbing a guy right now. Joker sees her, and he shoots at her. She falls, and then she catches herself, and she smashes the window, and she reports back in.
Kite Man doesn't save her?
No, no,
No, he's in prison.
no, well, no.
Oh,
he's
no?
not.
Oh.
So she reports back to Batman. She's like, she's not dead, and she somehow managed to avoid the bullets, but she goes, he shot through the window, and the windows are not armed. Like
okay.
we now know the windows are penetrable. So Riddler goes, no. Here's my terms. This is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna take my crew, and I've got a plan for that. And Batman's like, no. And Riddler goes, hell yeah. And then we see this like cute little like moment between Kite Man and Killer Croc. He goes, how much do you weigh? And Killer Croc goes, a lot. And Kite Man's like, I need like an approximate figure. And he
Like
goes,
a number?
yeah, and he's like, a lot more than a kite can carry. And Kite Man's like, you'd be surprised what a kite can carry. And all of Riddler's crew are flying kites, hang glider kites, towards the Joker's operation.
I like that Firefly doesn't have one because he's like, I'm good.
I
Fuck
got
that.
Yeah, I did that. Where are they flying from?
A higher building.
Doesn't Batman have a bat plane?
Yeah, he used that plane already.
Yeah.
These are kites.
He needs multiple people to get in.
But Kite Man. Hell yeah.
Kite Man.
It's funny. So Joker throws the arm and he walks away as the kite crew smashes the window. Riddler says, knock, knock. Joker says, who's there?
the
Anyway,
kite crew.
Yeah, he says, cows go. Cows go who? And he goes, you remember, cows don't go who, they go moo. So then the Riddler crew surrounds the Joker along with
Right.
Batman. Riddler
start punching him.
Yeah, well no. Riddler faces Joker, and Riddler like easily disarms and punches the Joker.
Right, because he's
And
all
then
ripped.
Just
Also, like, you shot me once, I'm not going to let you shoot me again.
exactly. So Riddler like beats the hell out of Joker. Well, he tells a riddle. You pass a man in second place. What place is he in now? Well, you passed the man in second place, so you're still in second place. Like you
Right.
always are, Joker. Second to me, the Riddler. Which like, there's no fucking way.
No.
No, you don't even have there's no equivalent to the Killing Joke for you. The closest thing is a thoroughly mediocre book written by Batman's like, all right, you kicked him in the face enough, that's enough. And Riddler's like, are you for real? Like, my whole crew's here. We've beaten the Joker, now we're gonna kill you.
Remember? We're going to kill
Yeah, that was the
you.
whole point.
Yeah, we're gonna kill you and the Joker. It's gonna be great. And Batman turns to Kite Man, he goes, now. And Kite Man activates a retrieval system in all of their kites. And they all get sucked out the window by like a blimp operated by Alfred that has like a beacon, not unlike the beacon thing that Batman used in Dark Knight the movie. Remember when he goes and gets Lau from the Hong Kong high-rise?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that.
Oh, okay.
So just like, thump, all of the bad guys are sucked out the window. So now it's just Kite Man, Riddler, Joker, and Batman.
Nice.
And so Kite Man turns to Riddler and he goes, you took my boy, so I took your war. And Riddler goes, Kite Man! And Kite Man goes, hell yeah! And then Riddler just punches him in the face.
Yay.
I have had enough of you.
So then Joker comes to, and so now it's like the three of them. It's Batman, it's Riddler, it's Joker. Kite Man is on the floor.
Laid out. Yeah.
Yes. And then we cut to Batman with Catwoman, and he's just like, oh.
Wait, we haven't gotten to the
We
part
haven't
that really
gotten to it yet. Although
I thought it was all those people who died.
Well, then literally we cut to a 2-page splash of clearly real people, but everyone who died in the war jokes and riddles,
Right.
and more.
Right.
Just all their names, and Batman knows all of them, but like, war jokes and riddles. Batman, Joker, Riddler.
Is this like this weird thing where he's remembering all their names, just like Riddler remembered everyone's name?
Oh yeah. It's like that. Yeah, but
I
like
assume
he's
Batman
doing it
has
nicely.
a photographic memory. So,
Yeah, there's no way he doesn't.
Yeah.
But so they fight. There's just like a 3-way fight. All of them fighting each other. It's cool. It is actually
Okay,
fun.
yeah.
It's a fun fight. Batman gets one good sock into Joker. Joker goes down. Riddler takes advantage. Batman takes down Riddler, and he's like on top of him. So like Riddler's on the ground. Mm-hmm. And Batman beats the shit out of Riddler. And Riddler's like, all right, stop. Mercy, it's enough. And Batman's like, for real? Mercy? That's it? And Riddler goes, get off of me! Is he laughing? And Batman's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, no, stop! Shut up! Is he laughing? Look at Joker! Like, get out of my way! Get off of me! And Batman goes, I don't know, what do you think? Gets up. And Riddler's like, no. It should have been enough. All of this should have been enough. Do you understand? Do you know how hard it was? Do you know how hard it was to engineer a war between the two of us and create a character like Kite Man and then have him be my downfall and destroy the war? That whole thing should have been the trigger to make you laugh, Joker.
Oh, so Riddler set all of this up.
Riddler made the whole thing happen. And he killed Kite Man's son
Right.
to make him into Kite Man. And the whole thing is an elaborate scheme because he's like, it's not about you, Batman. Joker can't laugh. That's a riddle.
So it was he just wanted to get the Joker to laugh because he thought it would be a hard, fun problem to solve.
Yes.
He's the Riddler. This is actually decent.
Yeah,
And
that's
Batman
kinda
is
cool.
so overwhelmed by how fucked up this is. He grabs the machete Joker used, and he turns to Riddler, and Riddler says, no. And Batman goes, hell yeah. And he proceeds to stab Riddler in the face with the machete.
Oh my God.
Or so you think.
Oh.
But instead, Joker's hand is in the way and catches the blade.
Oh.
And when Joker realizes that he saved Riddler from being murdered by Batman, that triggers the laughter.
Huh.
That's funny. Batman just hangs his head in shame.
And he's upset.
Yeah.
He's upset because he was going to kill the Riddler.
He was going to kill the Riddler. Now you know, Selena.
And he
You
didn't.
know that I was going to stab a man in the face with a machete.
And
For
Selena's like,
murdering like 100 people.
I was going to kill a man who totally deserved
Totally
it. I'm
asked
so
for
sorry.
it. And like, it's Selena, but
She's like, what?
and instead of laughing herself
Yeah.
into a fit,
yeah, she just gets up and leaves and be like, you're insane.
yeah, that sucks.
This is the premise, the
That-
whole crux of your story? I'm supposed to feel bad for you?
Didn't you let a 12-year-old boy die in Ethiopia?
Yeah.
That's a reason to be ashamed of yourself. Stabbing a piece of shit that, for all accounts, should have been should have been executed on death row. You know how many people I've killed?
Don't
I've
you think
stabbed
you're taking the
plenty of
not killing
people.
thing a little too far?
Right, like,
it's enough.
I get why you wouldn't forgive yourself. But why do you think I wouldn't forgive you?
Yeah.
Are you fucking for real?
Obviously, I'm not going to have a problem with that.
There's no way
Why
she's
would you be afraid to tell me that?
She
I
doesn't
don't
say
understand.
that. Instead, she cries, but like happy tears, because
Right.
he confided in her, and
Yeah.
her mascara runs, and they have this little moment where she's like, "Oh, you big brute! Like, come on!" And then she says, "Now you can ask me." And when he proposed to her, he said, "Marry me." That was his response. And she goes, "Okay, ask me this time. Don't tell me, you big ape. Just ask me." And he says, "Will you marry me?" And she says, "Yes." Aw.
Aw.
And that's the end of the war of jokes and riddles. And you're like, there's something there. Like, this is one of those things where I'm like,
That's a good twist at the end.
is
Yeah,
it?
I thought it was a
Yeah,
good
okay.
twist.
Because I'm kind of on board for it, but the image of Batman just going like, Like it's stabbing him in the face.
With the machete, stabbing him in the face with a machete is a little weird.
Now Batman's like, his punch force, I'm sure it would have gone through his head. But like, it's a machete. Like, would that kill him? I don't know. Like, you'd have to be
Through the brain? Yeah.
Yeah, but what if he misses? What if
what if it just glanced off his bone?
What if it hits him in the fucking
off his
in the
forehead?
septum?
It's Batman.
All right, yeah. Batman, it's precision.
Yeah, but
he's
why
like,
would
yes,
why with a machete though? If it was
because it was the crime of opportunity. It was a crime of passion. He's like,
Right.
this is the thing that'll kill someone.
Right.
I'll use that.
I feel like it would have been more devastating for him if it had been a gun though.
Oh, yes.
Then I would have been like, okay.
That I
No, I
would've-
picked up the thing I swore off
Yeah,
forever.
because it was right there.
Yeah.
There was one handy, and Joker like took it in the shoulder or something.
Yeah, just jumped in the way or took
Yeah.
it. Yeah, no, I would have loved that.
Joker gets the same scar, and then they have matching scars. That's funny.
Because, we're basically the same
Oh
character.
wait.
It's backwards.
And then it makes a heart.
Oh
my God.
Carved a question mark in
Riddler's
my
like,
chest.
no!
Oh,
No!
it's so grimdark. Oh my god.
Oh no, look at me! And I've been doing, I got cum gutters, Riddler, watch out! Yeah, that would have been friggin' amazing.
Riddler just cries.
For the next year, Joker will operate shirtless to show off just how swole he is with his reverse question mark to shame you into retirement. Okay, yeah. It's Comic Pop's War of Jokes and Riddles.
Yeah, same thing, just
Same thing,
a little twist
but
at the end, a little
but
more
funnier.
a little funnier at the end.
Well, a little more derisive because Riddler just like loses and is like, oh shit, Batman almost stabbed me in the face, like, which I guess is like that puts the fear of God into Riddler and he stops like pushing it quite as hard. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, maybe don't kill as many people in the next issue.
Yeah, maybe try the leotard.
No, I dig this.
Yeah, and the art's spectacular. I really dig it. Batman is on model, regardless of whether he's Bruce Wayne or Batman. And like, if you use an on model Batman and put him as Bruce Wayne, like that's just Batman.
Yeah.
Like he looks like the Tick. He has this huge chin, and he's just I'm like, no.
Yeah, he's just like,
Yeah, like no. You don't get to do the Clark Kent thing where you're like built, but you like shift your weight so you look fat. You look ridiculous.
yeah.
And Yenin, I don't know why. Maybe Yenin just likes drawing tuxedos, but like every time I see Bruce Wayne drawn by Mikhail Yenin, he's in a tuxedo. But anyway, the art's great across the board. It's not just Yenin, but like it's really good stuff. Yeah, you know what? Like it's not nearly as bad as I remember it coming out week to week or month to month. But that just could be Tom King's writing, where it's like, oh, dude just writes for trades. Don't read it month to month, and maybe you'll enjoy it better.
Why do you think the Joker saves Riddler at the end?
Oh, because the idea of like stopping Batman from breaking his one rule and being the reason it happened, that's why.
Ah, so he wanted to, like, he wasn't trying to save the Riddler.
No.
He was trying to fuck
He's
up
fucking
Batman.
over. Yeah.
Like, you
Wouldn't
would've
letting
killed him
him
if it
kill
weren't
the
for
Riddler
me.
be more devastating to Batman?
Yeah, but then that would be like his parents' murder or Jason Todd's loss. Like, no.
You would
no, no,
still
no.
lose Batman at that
Exactly. No.
Right.
He'd be too sad. He wouldn't want to
Right.
play the game anymore. Like,
And
no.
I want him to know that, like, I'm the one who prevented him from breaking his rule.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, and it's like, you'll never tell anybody. It'll be something for just us.
Right.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It is embarrassing.
So there you have it. War, Jokes, and Riddles. It's in the comments down below if you want to pick up a copy. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time with an all-new episode of Back Issues. Check out that Batman movie.
We will.
It's probably not going to be this.
No. No, I doubt it. Although, you know what? Like, probably would it be a decent movie.
Yeah.
Scaling it down. Plus,
Yeah.
it'd be kind of cool to see
Remove
all
a
those
few
characters.
of the colorful characters.
No, I think leave them in.
Oh.
Stunt cast them.
Okay.
You can finally get Martin Short as the Mad Hatter.
Ah.
And get a couple other fun characters. You're just like, wow, this is ridiculous. And it's like that's your setup for the new Batman movie universe. It's like, yeah, we've cast everybody. We got this
they're all
crazy ass
there.
war. You know who Joker is at this point.
Okay.
All right, I'll see it.
Okay.
Right? That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I'd be all right with that. And that's it for us here on Back Issues. We'll see you guys next time with an all-new episode. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Keep reading. There you have it. Wojar. I didn't call it Wojar once.
Wojar?
Oh, you just-
Wojar.
Don't worry, you just did.
That's the name of the book.
War,
Wojar.
Jokes, and Riddles.
Oh,
yeah.
War of Jokes and Riddles.
That's what people called it.